and welcome. I am Shah and welcome to my channel. Today we are moving house. How fantastic is that? So I put a poll up. I asked you guys, not so berry challenge, do you want to see us move to a big lot in New Crest where we can have generations all live there, all contribute to building a house and things like that? What do you think? Or do you want our Sims to move around all the different worlds? And very unanimously, you guys voted for us to move home. I'm super excited about this. I think it's going to be really cool. I like the idea of Generation 10 having a massive mansion. I think that's going to be really cool to see. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps me so much. It helps the channel, it helps the YouTube algorithm know who to send this to, so help a fellow YouTuber out so that they can also see these videos. So one of the things I needed to decide going into this was, were we going to take everything with us, or were we going to buy all the new furniture? How are we going to do it? In the end, I did decide to just take everything with us. So instead of just collecting their personal items, I just took everything with us. Everything we have here will be in the new house. Talking to the camera while a video is playing at the same time is really confusing, so apologies if this is a little bit jumbled. In the end, I decided that we were going to go for building a massive mansion instead of the other options like getting a mansion from the gallery or making a small house that would be added on through the generations. I went for, because I'm not a good builder, just making the house. Also trying to think about how it's going to grow in the future was also really quite tricky. As I said, I'm not the best builder, and I'm really hoping that members and subscribers who are good at building, you know who you are out there, please let me know how I can improve this build easily with what we have to work with. It was a lot of fun building this, as awkward as I look doing it, and I can see how awkward it is. I really wanted to go for different styled roofs as well, rather than having just one lump on the top of the build. Also, I have learned how to change one side of the build, which is awesome. One side of the roof, which is by holding shift and the arrow to go in the direction you want it to go, which is really awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy with the way it did turn out. What we're going to be doing is having the generations add on rooms, so as the families get more money, as we get more Sims in here as well, because all of the generations will be living together, they will have be able to add rooms. Now, I also wanted somewhere for Sims to retire to, so that's the idea of this little box going up now. So for instance, Fern and Aliyah, when they're retired and we're on the Rose generation, then we can move them into the little hut. It will be a really nicely designed one in theory. I also needed to keep in mind that each generation has its own set of goals that they need to complete. So I wanted to make sure there was enough room for everything. So in theory, we won't be adding more building to these homes. It's going to be adding the individual rooms rather than whole new buildings. In theory, I'm sure that's going to change. I really messed that build up. I'm not sure how, so I had to literally just start over, and then decided to go more for a trailerish look, more like a little hut cabin build rather than a shed style. I figured Aaliyah and Fern deserved better than that, and so will the other generations as we go through. Now, I don't know how trims work. Still to this day, I muddle through the trims every time, what height they require and things like that. I never get it right. How to get those taller parts with half roofs on, how to do all of that, I haven't got a clue. We really do run out of money very quickly. As I'm watching this back, I can see how bad I did with the finances, like how much everything actually cost. Because at the end of it, I was like, where did all the money go? Well, it went on the trim apparently, which is so bad. So yeah, trim is not my strong suit. I have no idea how I managed that. Like, we're already down to like 354 simoleons. Bearing in mind, we do also have all of our own furniture. So there is that. We don't have to furnish the place. It's just the building cost. I figured maybe Fern and Aaliyah, maybe on Aaliyah's side, because Fern's the first of her generation. Aaliyah's grandparents or something passed away, and they've left them this house that they've moved into and renovated potentially. Or maybe they wanted a home where their generations could build into it. Maybe that's what they're aspiring for, their generations to move into this, to grow into this house. The kitchen, I think, went really well, and I'm really happy the way it came out. I think the CC that I've got in here is really nice. Unfortunately, we can't afford anything like flooring or walls to separate bathrooms and bedrooms and everything. Now, even though they are living in this home, they don't have loads of money, but I still wanted Rose to have quite a spoiled childhood. I also found I didn't even find out. I had the realization, thanks, I think it was Aubrey. It was like, wait, Rose is red, and I was like, they are, aren't they? The Rose is red is a no-brainer, really. So I figured that she could grow into the red. Like, you don't have a flirty child, toddler child. They're not flirty. But the personality of Rose is very flirty. They are a romantic and everything like that. So maybe she can grow into these colours. So she's more of a pinks and purples at the moment rather than that pink Rose. And so by the time she's an adult, she'll sort of be very red and flirty. So I feel like that works as well. You can see where the bathroom cut-offs are going to be. It's just, we have, 300 simoleons at this point, which is not a lot. And we also needed to buy extra chairs because Rosa is now a child, and yeah, we have a lot to work with in here, and it's gonna be tricky, I think. I wanted this to make sense, the rocket, the placement, so I did put it sort of in the middle back of the lot, because you wouldn't genuinely have a rocket next to your house where when it takes off it's going to set fire to your house. So there is that. I had hopes that with the elements, that when I first made I decorated the other house, I used bb.move objects, and I had a feeling I lost a element. So I was kind of hoping that that was the case, and when I put the elements back in, then I would suddenly have the last element. But that didn't happen, which really sucked. Rearranging again, I'm not happy with the placement and how it's shaping up, so I completely rearrange like the living area space. I think it's cute by the end of it. It will be so much better when the bedrooms are upstairs. Rose has to be a politician, which means she's going to actually have a decent amount of simoleons from her job. So hopefully that will help. Don't forget, guys, if you would like to start making Rose's love interest, which I think she has to have a couple, don't quote me, I'll double check. But it would be cool if you guys would like to make some love interest, male and female, that's fine. I just think that would be really a nice little thing to do for you guys to be able to make some of that. Now, we're running out of simoleons, and I really didn't want to buy a new side, but I had to in the end, which really sucked. But yeah, this is gonna look incredible once it's done, but right now it looks really shocking. So build ideas, please. Cheap build ideas, I need them. Please help me. In the video, because this wasn't supposed to be a voiceover, I'm talking about everything I've done currently. So yeah, I am gonna leave that here. Your secret comment for this video is Shah needs to get better at building. Come on, make that fun. Make it fun down in the comments below. Shah needs to get better at building. Yeah, because I really do. And we will. I'm thinking of doing some sort of build series for you guys, which would be a lot of fun. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!